Hey everyone, a doctor has shown up behind Old Liang, claiming to look for a missing girl, but he seems mysterious. The person isn't here, not even a monkey would stay. Old Liang sensed trouble, someone trespassed, yet the doctor nodded approval. It's obvious there's a scandalous secret hiding in this house, and just as the two were arguing, Old Mo dashed in like a superhero. He pointed at the doctor. Put your hands up. Not your snooping place. Old Liang opened the iron door, dumbfounded. In front was a sea of red flowers, though Xiao Mei was absent. Dr. Liu suddenly knelt, pleading with them not to expose it. These are cherry blossoms, no problem. Old Liang sighed, isn't this for duck dishes? Dr. Liu explained that the cherry trees were meant to ease his wife's pain, but Old Liang wasn't buying that long-winded story. Let's see what you're hiding. After kicking Dr. Liu down, Old Liang staggered to the door, but to his fury, it was empty inside. He went on a rampage, smashing things, then spotted a plastic bin. Yanked out a mask, tossed it at Dr. Liu. Put this on right now. It's the same style the killer wore when Old Captain was done in. Dr. Liu reluctantly donned the mask under the gun's throat. As he slowly lifted his head, his gaze fell upon Old Liang, grinning just like an expired pistachio nut. And immediately after Old Liang finished speaking, he unhesitatingly pulled the trigger. At that moment, Old Shen sensed trouble, rushed to stop Old Liang, but it was too late. The gun's empty incident unfolded. Dr. Liu on the ground was unperturbed, and upon seeing the bullets on the floor, Old Shen had an epiphany. This is a toy gun. Meanwhile, Dr. Liu seemed to have a eureka moment. He suggested Old Shen check Old Liang for any suspicious items. During Old Shen's investigation, he discovered a name tag around Old Liang's neck that read, "Forgetful Patient, Old Pio's Review." Suddenly, Old Liang went bonkers, repeatedly exclaiming, "I love pizza." Old Shen, desperate, contacted the hospital to bring back crazy Old Liang. Later, Dr. Liu offered Old Shen free acupuncture. Just as Old Shen was about to digest the situation, he accidentally spotted Qiuhu coming out of the hospital with a piece of paper, striding straight into the neck. Worn out, Old Shen decided not to approach her and headed home directly, but little did he know. This unexpected discovery became the golden clue for his killer search. Back home, Old Shen lay awake, replaying Xiao Mei's warning. Old Wu had mentioned an elderly man with the last name Han was missing. With that thought in mind, Old Shen headed to Old Han's house alone. As soon as he walked in, his flashlight illuminated a horrific scene, an old man hanging from the beams. Old Shen nearly sat in fear, but before recovering, a wail emerged elsewhere. Realizing it was a dog's whimper, Old Shen noticed the bloody item beside the pup. Picking it up, he discovered it was a piece of fabric and a key. It reminded him of someone who had asked him to cut a key previously. The person's pants were missing a piece of fabric, clearly a scrap the pup had frantically torn off to protect its owner. With this revelation, Old Shen jumped on his electric scooter, grabbing a wrench for self-defense, just in case. At the client's house, Old Shen used the found key to unlock the door, only to find the place was completely deserted. Seeing walls plastered with scraps, Old Shen knew he was in the right place. He opened a drawer and found the deceased old man's photo. Just when he was figuring out what to do next, noises came from outside the door. Old Shen quickly hid and prepared his wrench. When the door opened, Old Shen, expecting a showdown, was surprisingly subdued by the intruder, only to realize it was Officer Lai. This little cop had found the old man's corpse during his night rounds. Officer Lai saw Old Shen hurriedly leaving, assumed he was the killer, and quickly slapped in a handcuff. Old Shen didn't get angry. He pointed at the photo in the drawer and asked, "Haven't you seen it?" It wasn't until Officer Lai saw the photo that he realized he had misunderstood Old Shen and found the caretaker's ID. They quickly followed the address and headed to the train station for a bad guy catch mission. To keep Xiao Mei safe, Old Shen stopped Officer Lai, who was calling for backup, and planned to split up. Officer Lai went to the office but found no one, while Old Shen found his target down below. Old Shen immediately interrogated the guy about Xiao Mei's hiding place, casually pulling out the drawer's picture when denied. But to his surprise, the guy didn't bite and swung a punch at Old Shen. Just when he was about to retaliate, Officer Lai showed up. Officer Lai brandished his baton, trying to restore order, but the young guy was a trailblazer, and soon they were performing a let's escape fast routine. The young man kicked Lai down the stairs, who promptly passed out, while Old Shen gritted his teeth and chased after him. The young guy took a leap of faith, prepared to escape, but got hit head-on by a speeding car, flying through the air. With a loud crash, the car didn't bother stopping, it just adjusted its direction and sped off. When Old Shen rushed to the young man, he found him barely breathing and frantically shook him, asking where Xiao Mei was. But the young man could only murmur softly, "Not me," and then closed his eyes forever. Later, the police categorized the young man's death as a murder case. Meanwhile, Qiuhu, watching the news, couldn't control her shaking hands holding a plate. She hurriedly fished out some pills and swallowed them, finally feeling a bit of relief as if expecting, never forgetting the terror of that fateful day. Just as she was ready to head home, Old Shen suddenly knocked on her door, looking puzzled and asking why she was shut so early. Old Shen bluntly asked about the previous case, and Qiuhu hesitated briefly before leading him inside. Qiuhu said she didn't recall the killer's face, just two traits, a fragrance and too many fingers.